Shut up and sit down.
Hey people, what's happening? Welcome back again to another edition of Grill and Thrill. We have something a little different for you today. I don't usually do political rants or satires. This is not a political channel. Before we get started, what do? We always crack one. Today we're going to crack a Miller Lite. Again, it's my everyday beer. So cheers, here's to you. And I'm not going to actually pack a lip today. I just feel like having a cigarette, so we're going to go ahead and light up a cigarette. We're going to smoke a Marlboro Black. So here we go with that. Sorry, dipping community, but this is happening. All right, so as most of you know, I am pro-Trump. That doesn't mean I agree with all of his choices or actions. I do agree he should tweet a lot less. He should take his advisors more seriously. But today is about a topic that has me a little confused and annoyed. And it's not something you're going to hear me say about Trump. Transgenders in our military. I've said it before. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're gay, if you're lesbian, bi, tri, whatever. If you fuck a horse, I don't give a shit. Okay? People are people. People are going to do what people want to do. I actually wrote down a thing here, so if you see me looking away from the camera, it's because I'm reading what I wrote. I don't want to get off script too much like I do in my cooking videos. So here we go. Transgenders in our military. In a series of tweets, President Trump stated after consulting with generals and military experts, the government would no longer allow transgender people to serve in the military, and how focus should be on victory and not be burdened with the tremendous costs and disruptions that transgenders would bring. This is where I have issues. I both agree and disagree with this statement. There's simply not enough info at the time I'm recording this video to lean in one direction or the other. I mean, we've got questions like, what about those that are already serving? What does being transgender have to do with their performance? If it distracts other people in the service from doing their job, then personally I think those people weren't trained very well in boot camp. One of the main focuses in boot camp is to work together as a team, regardless of outside influences or distractions. I mean, if somebody's distracted by an individual's appearance or choices, how are they going to be in a combat situation where bullets, artillery, what have you, are flying around? I hope they don't lose focus just because the person next to them has chosen to change their gender. As for the cost issue that Trump is addressing, I can agree with that part. If a transgender person joins the military just to take advantage of the government to pay for their gender modifications, I find that totally unacceptable. The cost of gender reassignments can range from the tens to $200,000, not including the $1,500 a year hormone therapy they have to go through. Those are the costs just as a civilian. Libtards have countered this argument, saying that the military spends more on Viagra than it would on trans surgery. The problem with this argument, in my opinion, is no one can agree on how much is actually spent on Viagra, nor do they give an amount for the trans surgeries. Some say 5 times as much is spent on Viagra, others say 10 times as much. The dollar amounts are ranging from $40 million to $81 million spent on Viagra. That's a lot of money, I admit. But what the mainstream media is not telling you is the majority of the recipients of Viagra are veterans that are suffering from PTSD and stuff like that. The government pays outrageous amounts for anything they do. The costs of medical treatments are inflated beyond belief. So dollar for dollar, the cost of reassignment surgeries would be inflated as well. If a trans person chooses to join the military because they are a patriot and they want to protect this and serve this country, I see no problem with that. Our military went through the same bias and phobic thoughts and actions when they allowed women to serve in the military, when they realized gays were in the military. For example, that don't ask, don't tell policy that was back in the 90s, I believe, early 90s, where the government was not allowed to ask a person if they were gay, and the service member was not supposed to announce as much. Now they can serve openly. I don't know what type of solution we can have for this issue with the transgender community. So I would think a simple solution would be maybe to have a trans service member sign a document stating the government would not be responsible for the cost of their gender reassignment. Exceptions, of course, to the paperwork that would have to be filled out and filed for their military records. Obviously, the government would pay for that. It's not meant to be a transphobic action or suggestion. It's about applying a temporary solution in order to give the government and the trans community time to come up with a compromise. All in all, this is really just one more item for people on the left and social justice warriors suffering from dysphoric Trump stress disorder to blow things out of proportion and have another temper tantrum. Why not wait and see what info comes out on this issue before going off all cucked and posting more shit-starting hashtags and self-gratifying blogs that contain info that can't even be vetted. I don't know. If you like this video, it's a short video, just my opinion, of course. If you like it, please give me a like down below. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know that in the comments as well. Looking forward to your input. Thank you as always for watching. Remember, crack one, pack one, growing through.